What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd On Update, our other weekly show. Well, is the other show weekly? No, not right now. But this is a weekly show in which we talk about the nerdy news that either excites us, makes us sad, makes us go fetal, and answer questions from you, the people. And once we get to the news, you'll understand why. Mm-hmm. But hi, everybody.
How's it going?
It's been a hot second since I've been on here.
Yeah, welcome back, Josh.
Thank you. Thank you much. I'm just gonna double check some
P's and Q's.
Some P's and Q's because I forgot that you changed mic and
oh dear.
Oh dear. I think we're good.
Dear.
It seems okay. Chat, tell me, how's the mix?
Oh, well, hold on.
Oh, hey, look at that. I love it.
Yippee-ki-yay, Ethan who?
Hey, new scrub Skyber.
No scrubs here. No scrubs here.
We don't want no subs.
Scrub.
No, we want subs.
We totally
want more
subs.
subs.
Yeah. We need those subs.
Sub them in.
How's it going? Jesus, Steve, what are you doing? Every time you're like super
emotional damage.
I'm right here.
Just making sure everything. Oh my
Steve,
gosh!
Wherever you plugged in, it was just like the lightning from a power line.
What is happening? Are you done?
Did Steve die? It's good.
No, he's good. Okay. Hey, how about I start the news off, and I'll. Do we want to start on a high note or a low note? Let's start off with a high note. Let's start
first before we get started. We got a clap thing for fun.
Oh yeah, because Bad Reprint B-Rad is here. We're gonna get those claps for fun.
Go ahead, Black Adam. That's not how he did it, but okay. He did it like this.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Thank you for the raid, Brad.
Yeah,
Reprint also. Halo Wing. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. But yeah, sorry, Josh. Didn't want to interrupt. I just want to make sure that we weren't going to get smited by the clap lords.
Smiting.
But I think the clap lord is probably like Megan Thee Stallion, right? No?
She's the clap queen.
Clap queen. Mm-hmm. She's my clap queen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Right. The only place we can go from here is up.
She gets my likes.
Not true. So yeah, let's go ahead and start on a high note. We have some exciting news. Nerd On has some exciting news.
Exciting news. So we've been keeping this pretty close to our chest. And the Nerd On Nation already knows about this because if you are a member of the Nerd On Nation, you get what we call perks. And you get access to secret channels in our Discord server that are only for you. And sometimes we give you the goods before anybody else knows about it. And today, the Nerd On Nation, the Noshin, is I think what my mouth wanted to say. The Nerd On Nation.
Not good mouth feels on that. We have been keeping this close to our chest. We have partnered with FOCUSRITE. FOCUSRITE is, I would say, one of the leading audio companies in the industry, period. They make incredible interfaces. I mean, I didn't realize until we partnered with them that they have a lot of companies within their brand, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, they have a new product called the Vocaster. That is their new interface, and it's awesome. I've been using it for the past few weeks because I wanted to get really comfortable with it, and it's great. And if that weren't enough, we are celebrating. Celebrating with a giveaway. Yeah.
That's Mega Man.
Yay! We got to get a sound effect on this. Let's do a large applause. There we go. Yay! Okay, so we're doing
I
a
did
giveaway.
totally do an open box of it on Thursday, so but yes.
Did you really?
Oh,
I did.
wow.
Oh, okay.
I told you I was gonna open the box on Thursday.
Okay. Sweet. So I just like stole my thunder?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This box. They gave us some cool
Yeah.
presents.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite part is that.
Presents.
Oh, that's a big puss.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
For
big
little
puss.
notebooks. I love the little notebooks. So I was very
Yeah.
happy when I
Dude,
saw
did
that.
you smell it?
I did.
It smells
Amazing.
like apples.
I'm all about the notebooks.
Like honey? Like, oh
Like
my
Rachel
gosh.
McAdams?
Where's Corey when we need him?
Yep.
So yeah, the giveaway, Focusrite wanted to celebrate, and they are giving away a Vocaster model of your choice. There's a Vocaster 1 and a Vocaster 2, and they each have different options. Choose wisely. No, just kidding. Both are great.
Hold on. Just reiterate. Giveaway, y'all.
Giveaway.
No purchase necessary.
You don't got to do
Giveaway.
nothing.
How much is this item worth?
Hundreds.
Like
Actually,
Warcaster 1 or 2? It's like what, $300-$400?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's $300-$400 for free.
Yeah.
Y'all think about that for
Think
a second.
about it.
All you got to do is participate.
Participate.
Yeah. And so if you go to the link,
Links.
giveaway, does that work? Yeah, it
There's
does.
currently no giveaway warning.
What? Yeah, there is. Shut
Stream
up.
Elements, literally. Stream Elements, you idiot.
Idiot.
Nightbot knows.
I'll take the second because the second is usually better than the first. Yeah, Nightbot knows. I didn't even know Stream
Not-
Elements did commands, so now I know.
Not when you're talking about the Lion King 2. Not as good as the first.
Wow.
Or Lost World.
Wow.
Or Schindler's List 2. There's no Schindler's List 2.
Jess and I both have the same face.
Wow. Anyway, so you can go to focusrite.com/nerdon. Look at, we're all official. We have a link with our name in it from
see it. I
another
like it.
company. It's it's pretty awesome. So check that out. I think technically it goes the contest, not a contest, giveaway goes live tomorrow, and it runs for 2 weeks until December 7th, December 6th, December 6th. And yeah, they will let you know. They'll ship it to you. It's pretty awesome. And I believe
Just
it is
in time for
only
the
the
holiday.
United States. So anyway,
To our Europe listeners.
T-Dog, we will not be taking away Stream Elements mod privileges. They give us good things. They give us cool things.
Cool things.
They're pretty, yeah. They help us get the freaking all the
All the cool
things.
stuff.
What he said.
B-Rad, can you imagine just the story of the Americans who hunted down Schindler for being a member of the party and slowly realized that he's actually a good man? Womp, womp, womp. I don't even know why I'm making that with my noise because I actually have it on my sound effects board. There it is. Anyway, so that's the good news. Tom, back to
Brad,
you.
that's how I always feel. Being hunted down for being a good man. I use my powers of evil for good.
Do you though?
Yes.
kidding.
I make the suffering of other people for good for things.
For good for things.
Good for
Yeah,
things.
Good for
we want to
things.
see bad people suffer. Okay, no.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
no. So my news this week is
It's kind
a
of
bit
all of
a-
our news. I think it affects everybody
affects
here.
everybody. And we didn't have an update last week. And so this happened last week, and a legend, a childhood icon, a legendary acting talent, but most of all, a really all-around good human being,
And guest on the show.
and guest on the show, and recipient of a Tom hug.
That's true.
And
That's true.
yeah,
I remember that moment. Can I hug you?
Yeah. And good guy. Kevin Conroy passed away. And I think it's swept the nation as it should. Not even the nation, maybe the globe, because he, for 2 generations at least, and probably more to come, will be the voice of Batman. When everyone reads a comic book, it's either him or they're the favorite, but mainly it's been him. And before his passing, I think it's best to just remember some of the great cool things that he did. You know, a lot of people remember him from the animated series, the Justice League animated, the Batman animated series, Superman stuff, World's Finest, Arkham City games, and you know, even the Injustice games. Everything he could do, he did. A lot of the DCAU stuff for the live action films, and the thing that I really wanted to talk about is that he actually got to co-write or write a story called Fighting Batman, and it was kind of his story of how Batman came to be. And I think something also really cool that I remember when I found this out, I posted on the Discord, and I don't know if it was like a well-known thing, but Kevin Conroy was out as a gay man, and I was like, he's gay? I didn't even know. And
It wasn't very.
it wasn't open.
Yeah, it wasn't like the whole world knew or anything like that.
Yeah, and I think that's the same thing too with, you know, him you know, battling cancer. And it was a short battle, as the reports say, and you know, continuing the words of Stephen Amell from back in Arrow season 2 days, fought cancer.
Yep.
And yeah, taken too soon. A lot of life, younger than my dad, and
Really?
it's rough.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad's old. And yeah, it's really cool because if you live in LA, at least, you know, some people are like, he's a voice actor. How do we really honor him? So there's been a lot of little images and graphics made, and a lot of people making tribute videos.
I've shared a few.
Yeah, but a physical representation of where to kind of honor him. There's a spot in Burbank. It's a lot of people know downtown Burbank and the AMC 16. It's the big IMAX theater. There is a statue of Batman that Jim Lee helped kind of erect in downtown Burbank, and it's the very iconic Jim Lee iteration of Batman, which he also voiced the character of in the DCU online game, and it's very much based in that way. And if you go there now, you'll probably see flowers on that statue, and it's really that kind of life
probably
imitates
will
art
for
feeling.
quite a bit, for quite a while,
Yeah.
because he I mean, I always put meeting him remotely via Skype and then getting to meet him at a con, like in all of the things that we have done as Nerd On, like that's one of those things that I wish that I could have little baby me come along for a ride and just kind of like see, because it was just like, I remember just he so kind, so gracious, and just like so powerful, if that makes sense. Like it just like to understand Batman so much.
And also like never, you know, always was there for the fans. Always never got tired of doing the I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman, like all the time. And you know, if you haven't experienced an actor who's known for one particular role, they do get tired of that. And for someone like him who's done it for such a long time, and you know, it was popular then, and now it's still popular, probably even more popular, but like he still never let up. He never like, you know, not to knock another person down, but never just like, I got paid, I don't care. You know, he's like, oh, you know, I love this. And you know, like he always like tries to use that emotional tether that people have to him and the character to inspire goodness in people. And you know, definitely immediately after his passing, a lot of the cameo videos he did to talk to people about their own losses and suffering, he, you know, always again channeled Batman and, you know, inspired everyone to do better. And I think that was just a really cool thing. You know, very much, you know, I think one of my favorite images seeing is probably, you know, Adam West and Kevin Conroy getting on the Batmobile together, and all the other Batman are kind of like waving them off and all that stuff. And it's really cool. Really cool.
Actually, right now in the Steve's household, we're marathoning the Batman the Animated Series.
Nice.
We're currently in season 3, which became the Adventures of Batman and Robin, which I hold that one dear because the first 2 seasons, of course, has its own score, but the opening is, of course, the Danny Elfman Batman films. I like the Adventures of Batman and Robin because they actually drop that and go to their score they've had for the longest time, which has always been the Batman theme in the actual episodes themselves. The dun, 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 that one, which is always, it's a fantastic opening. I love that theme so
Shirley
much.
Walker, baby.
I love that one so much. No, I mean Danny Elfman's is iconic, but I love the animated series Batman theme. I love it so much. And so that opening of season 3, just showing Batman and Robin going through everything. It's very adventure-esque of all their accolades and everything.
But
and just,
also, that's when they get into the Emmy Award nominated episode where it talks about Danny Zuko and Dick
Tony
Grayson.
Zuko,
Tony Zuko.
I love that. Is an amazing 2-part episode.
How dare you?
How dare you? His name is Tony Zuko. No,
Yeah.
it's just it's Robin's best episode. It's Robin's backstory.
Robin's Reckoning, right?
Robin's Reckoning. Yep.
Mhm.
It's so damn good. It's what influenced the Dark Victory comic that Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale did. But yeah, it's hearing his voice now. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I haven't told the boys don't know, of course. So I'm just enjoy the show, boys. Enjoy
Yeah, and we don't normally do this. To be perfectly honest, we've had conversations of like when we've had like really hard weeks where we've lost people that had such an effect on our kind of our nerdiness. But there was another loss that we had that I think affected. I mean, my whole Twitter feed was just, it didn't matter what generation you were.
Dude, I was up the night of at 1:15 a.m. and then people were like, "No way!" And I was like, "What?" And I saw hashtag Jason David Frank. I was like, "No, bro."
This also hurt.
And then I was like, "I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to bed because I just can't. I just can't
anymore.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you want to take that away?
Yes, an icon to many of us who grew up watching Power Rangers. I think I was 12 when it came out, but it hooked me from the first episode. The original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we lost Jason David Frank, the man who would always be known as Tommy Oliver, aka the Green Ranger, aka the White Ranger, aka the Red Ranger, and aka the Black and Gold Ranger.
Black Ranger.
Black
Dino
Ranger, excuse me.
Ranger.
Black Ranger.
And what's the
He-
comic book like?
Lord Draken.
Lord Draken,
so
the Legend of the White Dragon is the fan
So
film he did?
Legend of the White Dragon is a fan film, which is like its own iteration. So like almost think just like Power Rangers, like a different universe. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know how Marvel did their own Justice League
Yep.
and Justice League has done their own Avengers, where it's like that, where it's like it's pretty much a scale version of what Power Rangers is, but it's just not affiliated to Power Rangers at all. So
We lost him on Sunday, technically Sunday morning, early morning hours. I dressed up as him in 7th grade as the Green Ranger. That was my Halloween costume. I wore that thing proudly. So much detail my parents and I put into it because we took my football helmet, took the face mask off, had it covered in green, and then put one of the plastic green masks over it,
Nice.
so it looks like I'm taking it off the way they did in the TV show, the way it opened up and
Hell
closed.
yeah.
The boys play with it now. I have the flute dagger,
Hell yeah.
dragon dagger. They also have Saba, his White
talking-
Ranger talking.
yeah.
Yep, they have both those.
Yeah.
And I have this guy here and a Dragon Zord still in the box at my office at work. So, I mean, the fact that this guy not only, again, like Kevin Conroy, embraced being a Power Ranger, loved being the Green Ranger, showed up at all the Comic Cons. Dude was like on his way of being Bruce Lee-esque regarding martial arts. He was a black belt in 4 different arts. He reached 8th degree in one of them and was developing his own called, I believe it's called Toso Kindo, Jeet Kundo, Doso Kundo, which is, it takes elements of Jeet Kundo and all these others, just like Bruce Lee did. And it was just, he was mastering it. And it's just sad that his life was cut short.
he always wanted to fight your boy, CM Punk,
He
in
did.
The Octagon too. Not even wrestling, right?
Yeah, it was the Octagon. They had
Yeah,
they had a playful banter back and forth, never went anywhere, but they always commented. Whenever they saw each other at cons, I guess they joked about it, and nothing ever happened after that. Yeah.
One tatted guy versus another tatted guy. I mean, I'll tell everyone right now.
Two big nerds going at each other.
If you want, again, I have to imagine that these childhood icons would not want us to be sad. Obviously, it's hard when we experience a loss, but they probably would want us to celebrate who they were and all that stuff. So, like, one thing I could recommend for you guys to all check out is the YouTube series Mighty Morphin Life. And he just did a vlog series where he just kind of like showed people what he was doing. There's a really cool thing where I think he had Steve Cardenas there, and Steve Cardenas does all the jujitsu stuff, I believe, or the kickboxing. So pretty much like they were trading, like, oh, you do this kind of martial arts, I do this kind of martial arts. We're gonna bring kids and all that stuff. You saw like these house parties where like all the old cast, and obviously a bunch of the cast members from the original Mighty Morphin series, paid their respects and everything like that. So it's
I'm gonna add to that was Walter Jones, aka Zach the Black Ranger, and
Hip Hop Keto.
he put up his videos. The Hip Hop Keto, yes, the last time he saw him and said bye to him is on video. Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly the Pink Ranger, her last
A
post
to the double
with
J.
him, the couple we had throughout the Power Ranger years. I also was going to, damn it, my mind blanked where I was.
Taryn Ashley.
Karen Ashley did. And I was gonna say, I was gonna reference where else you can see stuff he did. He worked a lot with the production company Bat in the Sun, where you got the face-off videos. You have Tommy versus Ryu.
Tommy versus Scorpion.
Scorpion, yes. And he'd made movies with them where he wasn't Tommy, where him and Kevin Porter, the other Batman we know of in the world, did these fan, I guess you call them fan fiction films, even though
They're fan films because they're not licensed.
Exactly, but I mean they got some pretty good budgets behind them for being fan films. But yeah, did a lot of work with Kevin Porter too. So if you go out and at least see Bat in the Sun, you'll see a bunch of stuff he did for the fans with a souped up Green Ranger suit. Might I add, those suits were beautifully made. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I actually bought this at Power Morphicon with the intention for him to sign it. And we were trying to get him on the show, and he would answer us back, but he's so busy. Well, he was so busy. I mean, I think he did every convention, and he's like, next time when I'm on the show, I will sign it for you. Like it was. Anyway, we should move to the next part of the show, is when we answer questions from you, the people. And you can submit questions in a number of ways. My favorite way is if you join the Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. There are channels there. But I guess my more favorite way is that if you join the Nerd On Nation, powered by Patreon, nerdon.tv/Patreon. Not only do you support us in doing this and doing this more and doing it more, you get what we call the Nerd On Nudge, where we answer your questions first, and you have channels in the Discord that are only for you, where you can submit your questions. We see those usually first, and you can get some serious personal information and stuff like that. Naked photo. No, that's not that one.
I'm working on it.
Nerdon.tv / No, just kidding. It's in development. R&D phase. But you can ask questions like Jeremy M asks, what was the worst time you got in trouble as a kid? Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Worst time I got in trouble as a kid.
No, so I asked a follow-up question on this in the Discord, and I said, so like plead the fifth kind of stuff, because you don't want to incriminate yourself. And he said, go as deep as you want to go. And I'm like, I always try to go deep, but it's only one. It's only one deep. It's never No, that's two. I say one.
Oh, got it.
Most trouble I got as a kid. I didn't get in trouble because no one found out, but I know I did something.
What I mean, there's that going on. I have to.
Well, I'll tell you right now. This is the thing I feel like I should have gotten in trouble for, but I never did. And I'm not gonna. I have done some dumb shit that I will not incriminate myself and say. But so there's one time I had a neighbor when I was living in San Jose, and I was in a new neighborhood. And there was a kid who my parents were like, my dad was like, hey, you should go make friends with the neighbor. And I'm not going to say their name or anything like that, but they had access to
Nudie Mags,
TNT.
Oh,
and the channel. It's a great network.
No, the explosive. Tide nitrate, whatever.
For a second, my brain went. The channel?
like
Good. Oh,
dynamite.
Risque.
And you know, we were kids around maybe like 9 years old or something like that, and magnifying glasses with the sun. We discovered that.
Oh, yeah.
And we definitely, you know, lit some paper on fire, then lit sticks on fire, and kept you know, like Michael Myers, you know, it escalated, you know, from one thing to the next thing. And then finally we put a stick of dynamite in an action figure, and the fuse was very quicker than we can run away. And there's definitely an explosion that happened. No one lost any fingers or any limbs or anything like that, but there was definitely blood and definitely plastic that exploded
There
everywhere.
was definitely brain damage.
And, and definitely car alarms went off.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a scene, and after that I was like, I'm not fucking with this kid no more. Like, this is not cool.
This bitch is cray.
And
I forget. So you were in the city then, of course, when this
no,
happened.
that was in the suburbs.
Okay, well, suburbs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
okay.
yeah. I mean, come on, kids in the suburbs are the ones who get in the most trouble.
Oh yeah,
because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, I grew up in a small town, and like you're like, what do you want to go do? I don't know, go start a forest fire. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that, and I remember my dad asking, like, what was that? Like,
he wasn't even there. He wasn't even home. It was over the weekend, and so he was working. And you know, after a while, he's like, "Why don't you hang out with your friends?" Like, no, I don't. I should have gotten in trouble for that. I should have got in trouble for that. A time I did get in trouble, which was very small, as a kid. Honestly, it was probably like, I feel like I got spanked a lot and I got hit a lot, and it was mainly like small things of like touching things in a grocery store or like crying because I was tired and I wanted to like be carried or go home.
The worst, you got in trouble for living.
And I got fucking spanked all the time. And I was like, you want a real reason to cry? That was the thing.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
So
I
it's
remember
like,
that.
You'll get nothing like it.
Yeah. So without incriminating me, that's the extent.
Oh, the TNT isn't incriminating.
No, no one got hurt. I mean, I got hurt.
You said there was blood.
There was blood. It was my blood.
Your own blood.
There was blood on my knees all over, and there was like shards of plastic inside of me.
I ain't messing around with that guy because he's dead. I buried him in the woods.
I left him.
So,
and that was the benefit of living on over 20 acres of land where no one ever found shit out.
Yeah.
Steve, you're Michael Myers.
The element's there. Me, it was like, tried to take a candy bar once and my hand got spanked. I had to walk the candy bar back into the store. No. There was one thing that I never got in trouble for.
That we're not going to say.
Well, I don't know. I think I've told the story before. I can't remember. Senior year, myself and the crew in 3 different cars.
All 18 years old, right?
Oh,
17?
No, not 17. Nothing like that. We were, mobbing around on a Friday night, and one of us had a video camera.
Around?
Now it sounds dirty. But
it really does.
Filming random stuff.
18-year-old.
We go to the strip mall that's there.
Strippers, okay.
18 years old.
There's a pizza parlor. There's a grocery store. There's a massage parlor. There's a lawyer's office. Whatever.
Massage parlor, okay.
We go to the back, and
a lawyer.
3 of the guys, we decided to go urinate in the aisleway there.
18 years old.
Nothing there. Nothing like that.
You didn't pee on each other, right?
No, it was not golden showers, not the Trump way. Listen, we were there, we were urinating, and one of us may have seen a power box and saw a switch that looked like it should be flipped the other way. And we flipped that switch, and as Dave Chappelle once said, darkness everywhere. The entire strip mall, dark. And just within seconds, we're running out. Go, 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 go. We all get in the cars. We jet. We drive away and go away for like 5 minutes. Come back, drive by, and you just see people outside the entire strip mall as it's all
We've all worked at a mall. When the power goes out, everybody loses their damn minds. Like, it becomes a security thing, and everybody's like, All right, everybody under the tables. The power is out. We might all
People
have to go home.
People eating pizza outside. People wondering what's going on. No one's ever thought of the switch yet in the back, and we're laughing while driving by.
Have you
and,
tried turning it on again?
So if you were in the Lodi area in the year 2000, you may have noticed something like that happen.
These are all of our origin stories, whether we're villains or heroes.
Yes. It was a great moment.
When he asked this question, I was like, oh shit, I've got at least three stories where the police were involved. Like when I was a kid, like I'm not saying that I was a bad kid. Growing up in the middle of nowhere.
You're a kid.
I'm a kid. I loved fire. So the forest fire thing, not so much of a joke. We played with gunpowder, but the one that I got really like in, I'm pretty sure that I'm still grounded for. It's funny. I think I was young too, like sub 10, like 6 to 7 maybe. Mm-hmm. And I was bullied. I was a little big kid. And the cool kids dared me to throw a rock through a window. This house at the bus stop.
Killed a man.
No. Just kidding.
No.
So I did it. And then we all ran and we skittered about. I don't know. A couple of days later, they dared me to do it again, and I did it again. Third time, I do it, and I run, and we hear sirens. Police sirens going off, and we're running, and like it's a little town, so there's all these like little like side streets and the getaways and whatnot.
David Ayer's filming this.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. And I come home, I throw my backpack, and I get under the covers, and we lived in like this. They can't hurt you if you're under the covers of Steve's.
Exactly.
Joke's on you.
The garage wasn't out yet.
So they ring the doorbell, and my bitch ass, my dumb ass, goes to the door.
Because you're polite. Because you're a polite kid.
No, because he's probably thinking like, if I answer it, then I have no guilt. Then it looks
Exactly.
Like
I think
Oh,
they're
okay.
going through a kit. So no, the story gets even dumber. So there's the sheriff. There's the sheriff, and
Hi, Sheriff.
And I'm like, hey, probably obviously not that. Hey,
Hey.
are you Josh? No. Why does it say Josh on your socks?
Jesus Christ.
And then Josh followed with, "You got a warrant?" Slam the door.
When I was a kid, my mom wrote Josh on like all my socks and under. Why? Who's stealing? Who? Why? Who does that? Why? But anyway,
Calvin Klein, Josh.
good Josh. It's not even like Back to the Future was cool. Calvin Klein, that's cool. Your name's Josh? Anyway, I got in real trouble. Like,
That's why I watch this for you, man. You said you got a warrant.
yeah. I was talking to somebody, I think it's a 90s kid thing, or at least like sub 2000s. Like it used to be the warning, like juvenile hall was like thrown out, kind of like permanent record. Permanent record's not a thing. They'd be like, it's going to go on your permanent record. You're going to go to juvenile hall for doing stupid stuff. You're just like, yeah, there was one time that I almost started.
It was the fear that it can't be wiped away.
like
It
the
was the fear
boogeyman.
that
Yeah.
that no one forgets.
Yeah.
Our dark secrets, our insecurities always get swept under the rug, and then finally someone gives a name to the boogeyman of like, no, people will know you for this, and it'll mark you. It's like the Scarlet Letter.
Yep. Yep.
Good.
Yep. Next question.
Next question.
After we've
Next-
admitted all this.
Yeah. Next question comes from T-Dog 8282. What's something you had as a kid that you wish you never got rid of / sold?
My Scarlet Letter.
That tracks.
Something that I had as a kid and I wish never got sold or given away. My virginity.
Sold that.
I meant more my mouth.
Wow. Still sold it.
No, it was taken.
Stolen.
First day of Apple working with the Steves and Barry.
That tracks.
Amazing.
That
There's
actually-
two
that
guys
tracks.
wearing kilts and flip flops.
You gotta earn your keep.
Sam.
We got some fresh meat.
Something I
Be
had.
honest, we put you through a table. That's what we did. It was wrestling related, not sexual. That tracks more.
It still broke my hymen.
It was wrestling related. You want to
was like
wrestle?
It was Abercrombie wrestling. You know, I can't. No, I have no. Yeah, no.
Nope.
He's looking around his room, going, "I wish." Oh
Yep.
no, there it is.
Yep.
I wish.
Yep.
Nah, I
Nope.
wish-
Nope.
no.
Hot one. Yep.
no.
Up, up, up.
Well, so this is just only because it's in recent memory. I for sure had a type of Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I definitely traded it away to somebody because as a card play value, it had zero value. I look at it now that I'm going back into trading
An
cards,
adult with builds.
yeah, I got all these boys now coming at me, and I see how much that card's worth now. I was like, son of a bitch,
Son of a bitch.
that's worth over $1,000 now.
I
And
think
it's
of that like with my baseball cards. I had some pretty sick rookie cards that were solid, like from when Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa were doing their thing. Like I have some and I found out later that my dad sold them. I was like, you know what, Dad? Okay.
To create some solid tangible anchors, it is a secret rare version of Obelisk the Tormentor, which is one of the 3 Egyptian god cards, which are pretty much like a Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. They're just very iconic cards to the Yu-Gi-Oh! And they only came out with this release of this card once, and then they re-released them as other rarities. And I have the other rarities. I do not have that one. And I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell?
I'm so
It would,
sorry.
if I still had it, it would be the most expensive card of my collection.
Wow.
And I think I'm like, God.
Come on, give me
bless.
a number. Come on.
What?
Give me a number.
The card?
Yeah.
It's about a G.
Oh, okay. All
The
right.
card's about a G. Like the
All
most
right,
expensive
all right.
card of my collection at this point is like $900.
All right.
But
How do I not have a
if I
cha-ching sound on my? So I need to add that. Okay.
I'll give you also if you're gonna add sounds, if you can add multiple sounds, there's one sound I will just like put this. It's a good sound. It's the life point sound from Yu-Gi-Oh. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good. I promise.
Okay. All right. You
It's Steve's or Josh?
You sent it to my. You sent it to me. It's Steve's. Go.
It used to be the Super Nintendo until I bought one. With the one game I played the most was Jurassic Park. I guess
It's all about that Super Mario RPG.
that's John Williams, but not the right song.
Spider-Man.
I guess there's a way to solve it, but
Thank you
it's
so much.
I would try to get back the original Super Nintendo I had and the N64. Because on the original Nintendo, I loved playing Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl. That was my favorite football game for the longest time. And N64, it would be for the 2 WWE games, WWE WrestleMania 2000 and WWE No Mercy. I know there's a SmackDown games on PlayStation, but No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 by THQ were fantastic games. They were amazing. I had like 50-minute ladder matches with my cousins. Loved those games so much. So I know there's a way to do it, but I would want to keep my original ones still.
What would I
wasn't a heavy duty gamer, but those games I played like crazy.
I mean, I think like in light of these conversation, I'm like, man, I was like, oh man, my Power Ranger toys. I'll just steal the Steve's.
Still have them.
So I know you mentioned that, so I'm just gonna steal them. No, I'm just kidding.
My dad still has a toy box at home that contains the Michael Keaton Batmobile, the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, the Ninja Turtles van, and God, I want to say I got some Power Rangers still in there too. And of course, all the figures for those guys, the Turtles, Ghostbusters, are all there too.
I had the robots and then the Dragon Sword, and they all came together. And then if you had the white one, they all came together too. Anyway,
we got Tommy the Megazord, where you can take them all apart. He has that.
I think really like video game related, because I kept thinking about that. My PlayStation 1, like I'd probably keep it up. Like for the longest time, I got rid of
I actually thought that I had it. That's how much the game meant to me. I had an original Final Fantasy VII still in the case. I can't say that it was in great shape because it was from 1997, 1998. Favorite game my entire life, probably turned me into a gamer, and I kept it even after I sold my PlayStation. I kept it just to have it, and because it meant so much to me. And all these years later, I pretty sure that I sold it sometime. Like, it was one of those, like, I remember when I first moved to LA and I needed some money stat, I pawned my iPod, and it was the only possession that I really had at the time, and I pawned it. And I remember for years I was like, that was one of those iPod classics that, you know, could hold that couldn't hold the entire music library of the entire world on it, and you would never find anything, but it was so cool. It was shiny, it was black, it was great. It was the only thing
You
I
heard
had.
the clicking sound more than you heard music.
Yeah. Yeah, probably my PlayStation, because I also, oh man, my save on MLB 2001, I was like probably 134 games and
Nice.
One of my characters had like 234 home runs. Because back then, I mean, it's probably true now with games, you learn the strike zone. You learned where you had to hit it, where you had to hit the joystick, and you just every single time home run. You learn.
You just reminded me. My Sega Game Gear. I had a Sega Game Gear with one video game, and it was Sonic. And
Don't
I
say
sold it.
Sonic in front of Mamba in the chat.
Sorry, I sold it, and today I still wish, man, I'd like to have kept that Sega Game Gear because it was color, it was sleek
Sega
black,
Game
it was
Gear.
the horizontal, not the vertical top Game Boy. It was the horizontal view. Oh, it was beautiful.
Game Shark. Next question. Next question. K Robbins 1 asks, what impacts do you foresee with the cancellation of Superman, Son of Kal-El?
That's
I know nothing.
Mr. Crusaders, Mr. Comic Book Man.
Oh, the comic about his son. Yeah, I don't know. I liked the angle they were taking with it. I was really intrigued with that angle with Jonathan Kent donning the cape, and the way they were going into his personal life. I thought that was a very interesting take with it. I liked that when DC takes these angles that touch on certain societal issues and conflicts. DC, I think, has always been like, not that Marvel hasn't touched on things like with X-Men, but DC has always had like this more darker emotional part where there's a little more
Emotions.
for lack of better words, death in DC than there can be in Marvel. And this was a heavy topic that would involve death. It just involved Jonathan Kent's, sexuality. And I felt it was something that was worthy of continuing. And the fact that it's canceled, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
If I could chime in,
of course.
First of all, I just hope that all the naysayers who don't even read comic books, who are just like, why'd they make Superman gay? And I'm just like, bro, Clark Kent is an alien. He could be wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But also, this is Jonathan Kent.
You guys aren't keeping up. It's his son.
And everyone's like, why
That's your
can't they just
line?
make a new character? It's like, it is a new character.
It is a new
It's
character.
It's his son. They're like, but why is it gotta be Superman? It's like, why not? Why can't it? Why
Took the mantle.
Then what if it's Catwoman's daughter? Like, who gives a shit?
What the fuck?
And to that
They all
point-
know that a Harley and Poison Ivy are getting
No, they
on,
don't.
right?
They don't.
Of course they don't.
No.
They just they think, oh yeah, Joker and Harley have a great relationship, totally not toxic, and something we should all strive to be like. You know, what I'm
You
saying?
keep telling yourself that. Yep.
You know,
and
it's just like, Manson
t-shirt
and
that has
Depp
the-
and all them together. You know what I'm saying? Very healthy
you're
relationships.
just like, oh, honey.
So
Oh,
I mean, I
honey.
legit had like almost like it got to the point like there was someone, and he was definitely a lot younger than me, who was like, but why are they gonna make him gay? And there was another guy who was like a comic reader like next to me, and I was like, bro, I feel so bad that you have to put up with this idiot all day at work. And there was a point where I literally just said like, hey, maybe you should shut the fuck up and just read a comic book or go buy it. It's like, you don't buy it, you don't read it, you don't get upset about it because you don't even partake in it. So
that's
you're
like
getting
when we
riled
get
up because-
comments on. I'm sorry, I have to just interject real quick because when we get comments on our YouTube when people are like, "These guys don't know nothing," and I'm like, "Bitch."
I want that as a clip of just Josh going, "Bitch," and that gets used every time someone says something stupid.
Bitch. No, I'm like, do you know?
I mean, there's a lot
That's
of
true.
intelligent people
That's
in the
true.
world,
There
but I
are.
think there's people
right.
who get angry about a thing that don't even take part in the thing. So it's like people being like, "Oh, why is Star Wars all about women?" It's like, do you even watch Star Wars stuff? It's like, no, I don't like.
Why
it. I'm
did
more of
they
a Star
get
Trek fan."
elected? Did you vote?
Then I'm like, dude, just chill, just fucking chill, man.
It's like newsflash. Hey, newsflash. Deadpool, he's Pan. He'll fuck anything.
But even
okay?
then, let's say I don't like the direction they're taking with Batman because they took away his fortune. Now he lives inside Gotham. He's not outside in the Palisades. I'm like, they made Batman poor. I like my superheroes rich. Okay, go read Iron Man. Like there's
read
no,
old Batman. Or read old Batman stories where he's still rich.
So to answer the question, what do you think is going to be the impact of cancellation of Son of Superman or Son of Kal-El Superman? I hope that the stories continue, and I think that's something that's really cool that comic books do. It's something that Dave Filoni has done with Star Wars characters, where he does one show, then another show, but then all those shows connect because they have one character that is common in all of them. And in comic books, that was the thing. Superman, the title was given to Jonathan Kent, and the action comic books was given to Superman or Kal-El, and he was doing off-world stuff. But then there was also was it Man of Steel or something like that? But that they did the same thing with Batman, where like there was a lot of Batman issues. So it's like dark Batman comic books, the detective comics, blah blah blah, like number this, and also like the Dark Knight. And they did their own run. So it's like you can have these different titles and mantles to tell different stories. And I think that's really cool. But that being said, I only find that the impact is that people who did like those stories or did want to see that growth and change, because Jonathan Kent also like traveled with Jor-El because Jor-El's not dead and he went to like the future and he aged him up. And so like he's not the same age as Tim Drake or as Damian Wayne, which sucked because they were great together. But like he's like, 18, 19 years old, and then Damien's still like 15, 16 years old, and seeing where that character would have went. And to Steve's point, I think it would have been nice to see where it flew to. But anyways, that's
why was it canceled?
I'm pretty sure it was like every other comic book, just not a lot of readership.
Oh, okay. It wasn't people getting ass mad and they were like, "Wah."
No, people getting angry at a comic book is never a reason why comic books get canceled.
Okay, good.
Like they'll change, like Wonder Woman, where they'll just depower her and make her a secretary.
Noted.
And then they had to fight for like 5 years to get her powers back because the Comics Code Authority is bastard. Yeah.
Random note: we recently finished in Batman the Animated Series the episode of Harley's Holiday. When she tried to go clean but decided it wouldn't let her. At the end, when she kisses Batman at Arkham and Ivy's watching, there's a moment where she's like, "What are you looking at, Red?" Walks by and Ivy smiles, and I'm like, those two, they end up, I like that. Anyway, moving on. Boys, you'll learn that later. Just keep watching the cartoon.
Nothing?
Nothing
18 years old. No,
Is there any more questions, Josh?
nothing on the sheet. We are now to whatever questions you have, Tom. Not your personal questions, but just whatever. I mean, if you have personal questions, I'll
Tom,
answer.
do you have a question, Tom? You got a question,
I
Tom?
do have a question.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I think there was a lot of excitement, and I think we were so juiced that we are partnering up with FOCUSRITE, which you can also still get a FOCUSRITE Vocaster if you join our giveaway. That we actually potentially might have skipped Steve's second news, and I wanted to make sure, Steve's, are you okay with not talking about that, or do you want to talk about that?
It isn't. It's not. It's
okay. It doesn't matter.
rascal
Who cares
news, it's
about
not
it?
that important. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Compared to the
care.
topics
Next.
we covered, it's fine.
Okay. All right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wrestling happened, and then now we're here.
Yes, exactly.
So okay, I'll go with the real question then. Johnny Horror, 1992. Johnny Horror asks, "Do you like AMV music?" And if I can break that down, from what I know what AMV is, it's anime music videos.
Oh,
That's what I think. I don't know if that's what you think or if that's what it is. Please elaborate. America, explain.
When I Google
Arkansas.
search, that's what basically comes up.
My answer, absolutely. That's the YouTube that I grew up with because everything, any TV show, any movie was cut up into 2.5 minute videos, and they had a song to it. And you know what? Every superhero one, Nickelback. Every anime, Linkin Park. So good. That's all you needed.
So
I was
good.
living.
Good.
You would, and you know what? That's actually how I learned, like how I adapted editing at an early age. And I downloaded so many like editing softwares because people are like, oh, I edited this with Sony Vegas. I edited this with Windows Movie Maker. I edited this with blah blah. And I was like, okay, let me learn how to do this. And then I would try to match their cuts. AMVs, baby.
I remember making my senior in high school senior project on I don't even remember what it was, but it wasn't Final Cut. Tell you that. And like it was, and it wasn't even that. It wasn't even on Mac. It was like anyway. I mean, I think you've shown me a couple, Tom. Just for reference, because we've talked about this topic before.
I'm going to post so many on the Discord tonight.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
Dude, they're good.
I know they are. You've shown me them. They're like, here's the thing. So YouTube, before it was like what it is now, this monster, when you'd like come across a video that was just like legitimately like, well, cool, I'm going to stop doing whatever I'm doing. Like when you see as a guitar player, when I see a guitar player just like play, like, oh, I've never played this before. And I'm like, but when
What's Dragon Force through the fire and the flames? All day, man.
You're like, you son of a bitch. Or E-Bomb's World. E-Bomb's World. Anyway, old videos where you're just like, man, this is legitimately, like, this is just like so good. And then you get people that are like, this is my trip to San Diego. And I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, I made so many vlog videos on YouTube back
But
in the
yours
day.
were probably good.
They were like me going to like WonderCon and meeting Jim Lee before he was anybody.
Back when you could make a YouTube video and use any licensed music and
you can do whatever you want.
You know how I did music in camera by playing a song on my iPod and then putting it on my headphones and putting it into the speaker, and it mixed so well. The levels were perfect. The levels were fucked. And then
nobody cared about loudness then. I'll tell you that much.
I monitored it because I was like, okay, we got to hear both, and I was like, cool. And then we're gonna take it in, and I was like, oh, I was doing it already, baby. I
remember when they had Avid Cinema on Macs, not iMovie, Avid Cinema, and I got to use all them scores, and YouTube said, hey, you gotta pay the money. And then
what was that, back in like the 40s?
Yeah. But when I was building planes for the war effort,
Yeah. Back when you were Flintstoning your car.
We were putting pets together. Gotta fight the Japanese. That's what we're
Thanks for listening to Nerd on the Update.
U.S. and Japan fighting over the seas of the Pacific. I did the voiceover for the reels that they put.
Yeah. No more questions?
Bad reprint had a question in the
Yeah, we're gonna answer that. We're gonna ask that question. Bad reprint
goodness.
question. Hey, Steves, what's new in the world of wrestling? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-dun.
Saturday at AEW's pay-per-view, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, aka MJF, became AEW heavyweight champion. He's the biggest bad guy in the company. The fans love him because he's such an asshole. And this coming Sunday is WWE Survivor Series, where Roman Reigns' bloodline versus Sheamus, McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and the Battling Brutes. There you go. Look out for you. I was gonna be quick.
You did it.
MJF is a big thing. The fans like MJF.
But you did it. You did it.
What's MJF?
Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's the best bad guy in AEW. He's from Long Island. He wears a scarf to the ring. He's like 26 years old, and his catchphrase is, "I'm better than you, and you know it." And walks out. He only gets cheers in Long Island because that's where he's from, is Long Island. But the fans love to hate him, and that's a good thing.
I just love to hate him.
He's an amazing heel. He never breaks character, like even on social
What does
media.
heel mean? Is it an acronym
guy.
or is it?
You're a bad guy. Heel is a bad guy. Face is a good guy. But he's so devoted that at
Face is a
Comic-Con,
good guy. Heel is a bad guy.
But where did that come from? Where did that? I've heard it being said, but I'm like,
Well, I know it goes as far back as the Grinch because he's referred to as a heel in the song.
Wow.
They do call him a heel in the lyrics of the Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. That's in there.
Is
So
it
goes
like
as
the
far
same
back
thing
as
being
that.
like a top and a bottom?
No, different thing.
18 years old.
Video camera, peeing.
In
public.
He showed me his peen.
Darkness.
Running in a car, multiple people. Before marriage.
You're
I'm
welcome,
gonna turn
Battery
on the
Grinch.
music in the background. I'm just gonna
Put the
blare
phone-
everybody out.
Put the
Just
music
kidding.
up to the speaker when you're recording. Like
Where's
you're
my
on
Spotify? What's that? Let me get out my CD wallet.
Let me get my.
Spoofy.
I still have mine. I still
Back in
have
those-
my CD book. It's like, the 4 per page. Yeah.
Tell me you relive the old days and you drive with your knees while you're looking through your booklet.
Oh, I
to
don't
find
put it
the
in my
next
car.
CD.
I'm not a savage.
Yo.
Remember them old days, though?
I remember driving with my knees. Holy crap.
Looking for the next big CD to put in?
Yeah.
Oh
And,
my
like,
god.
The after my pretty big accident, I just I'm kind of an old man. I'm a good driver, but I'm kind of an old man in some ways. I'm just anyway. No, it's in my drawer inside, by the records.
Okay.
It's like Tool, Jason Mraz, Metallica,
I love it.
Show tunes.
Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. What is this? Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate you so
We'll
much.
save your questions next time.
Yes. Tom has a little bucket that he keeps them in, I think. A
That's
bucket
what
or
that bucket's
something?
for. I thought it was something
That's
else.
what that bucket's for.
Like during the show when he can't get
For
up
the
and go.
extra, it's for the extra Cajun butter.
B-Rad, I am almost done with Dead Money, but I still have 2 more DLCs, right? And then I got to make the big mega decision and F everybody except for these people.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I wish
Free love, baby.
Free love. I like to be, if I can, I like to be, how can I help everybody and get the most reward is usually how I am in video games and not choosing one thing. So I also don't like conflict. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. No, just kidding.
You
But
wanna
am
see him
I?
angry.
I see there's a real quick question from T-Dog. I will not be streaming on Thursday because I will be
Oh, it's
in Manteca.
yeah, it's Thursday. It's
It's a government observed holiday.
yes, that's it.
Unlike
family day.
Samhain.
Oh yeah, I was
Correct.
like Thursday. Why aren't you streaming Oh,
Wow, what an asshole Josh could have been right there. Tom, why aren't you streaming on Thursday?
you just turned into J.C. Penney of the early '90s, making everybody work.
Because I'm gonna stream on the days that Steve doesn't.
Yeah.
Every other day.
Yeah,
Tom could stream.
I will be here Saturday. I'm
Tom
driving
could
home
stream
from
on the drive.
Arizona.
I can stream on the drive.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, why not?
I'm driving
content,
to.
man.
I'm driving
Just see me
to.
farting and driving with my knees.
There you go. Looking for a CD that you won't play because you have your iPhone already plugged in.
No, he has a microphone plugged into his radio that he can play the speakerphone from his iPhone into, and it's
Well,
actually just
I mean,
monitoring the sound.
I'll actually be using the Vocaster, except my hub will work.
Yes,
and
but you still take out a CD, show the camera, and just fling the CD in the back seat because you can't play it.
Do remember that giveaway, everyone. The command, exclamation point, giveaway, and Stream Elements
no
stopped
one can
yelling
see
at
point
me.
that finger is Steve's.
Nope, can't
It's
see
on.
you.
It's on Focusrite right
Yep,
now.
yep.
We're just disembodied voices.
Yep,
Use
exactly.
Use
Oh,
your
I just
broadcast
saw it.
voice.
I just saw
Use
it.
your
Yeah, I
broad-
see
Use your
it.
broadcast voice.
You can turn on the
No.
radio sound, and
No,
it's
I'm
super
watching it.
nice.
No, I'm watching it. I'm seeing
There,
it.
there you
Yeah,
are.
I'm
There you
seeing
are.
it.
There you are.
Delay. There's a delay.
But yes, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. We appreciate you. If you, oh my gosh, how did we not talk about this? This is terrible.
We talked about a lot.
We did talk about a lot, but
What did we miss?
Who's MJF?
Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Nerd on the Podcast is posting an episode tomorrow.
What?
For the first time in like 8 months, 7 months.
It's been 87 years.
It's been. Do we even know how to do this anymore? Yeah, we have a
Japanese fighting in the Pacific.
We have a podcast coming out tomorrow on all of your favorite podcasting apps and YouTube, right? Right, Tom?
Right, Tom?
Yes, it's going to be on YouTube.
Right,
Also, real quick, for all those who stuck around, who stayed up this late to watch us on Twitch to hear this announcement,
It's late.
also, didn't y'all? I told y'all to keep track of the social media. It wasn't like I was posting those videos for no reason.
We got ya.
I was hinting.
Hint,
Gotta look at the signs, baby.
I'm terrible at watching.
sign.
I'm terrible at watching movies because I can usually pick out like what the twist is gonna be because it's like, look at the signs. They told us what was gonna happen.
3 weeks ago, I posted The Dark Knight Rises when Batman returns, and then a week after that, I posted when Gandalf returns, and then I recently posted when Thor shows up in Avengers: Infinity War. I was like, aren't these all great?
Aren't these great comeback stories? When people come back, and they come back, they're
Isn't it
returning.
cool?
You could have
Don't
posted,
you love this?
could have posted The Rock coming back or Stone Cold, but no, you ain't that.
I could have posted The Rock coming on your back.
Maybe you could have.
and just pull a
18
two-
years. No, anyway.
And pulling a
Twitch. Dark.
So yes, check
Video
out your favorite podcast app tomorrow. It's scheduled to be posted in just a few hours. It'll be on YouTube's. We've got some plans. We've got some stuff. We talk about those plans and stuff on the website, on the episode. We also repeat some of the things that we say today. So, you know, some people don't watch us on Twitch, so that's why. Take care
Tell
of
them
yourselves.
to.
Yeah.
Peer
Yeah.
pressure everyone around us.
Every single
Peer
person.
pressure is borderline bullying. Do it.
Yeah.
I got peer pressured to have good grades. So sometimes, again, use the powers of evil.
It's called
Yeah.
inspiration. Inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just
Inspiration.
Forced.
Yeah, you're just
Inspiration.
even in the odds. That's all it is.
Yeah. Tom, do you want to find somebody to raid?
Yeah. Raid somebody, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, there's that bucket.
Butter in that biscuit. Is Brad streaming?
No.
Brad, are you Brad?
He stopped streaming to be with us.
Aw,
Will
thanks, Brad.
he be streaming?
Question mark.
Start streaming. Start streaming. Wish it was me.
Brad started streaming something.
Reprint, forced him to listen or watch.
Yeah.
Mamba knows what I'm talking
Seriously.
about. Mamba knows.
Guerrilla marketing.
All right. Well,
Always be streaming.
I'm gonna go to your Moonstone because they're playing Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, and I've been playing that recently, even though the game plays like Cyberpunk, and everyone doesn't give a shit.
Nice.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go to our end screen.
Why?
Do it.
Everybody, you know the
Oh.
drill. As always, nerd on.
Nerd on.